say?
Well, the story about the Ewes. The Ewes are one of the ethnic group in West Africa, and they are found basically within the Volta region of Ghana, the southern portion of Togo, and also in Benin. This is as a result of migration. Now, the Ewes were in one of the kingdoms in the olden days, a kingdom called Ngochie, the kingdom of Ngochie, spelled Notse. This kingdom at a point in time was ruled by a very wicked king by name King Agokoli, and he was very wicked that he ruled the people with an iron hand, with a lot of barbaric cultural practices, to the extent that he even walled the whole kingdom of Ungochie, which is currently found in some part of the present day Togo. He walled the kingdom, as I said, and also have only one entrance, which was also serving as the same as the exit. And that entrance or exit was guarded by the king's warriors or the king's soldiers. And anytime a group of people want to go out, probably to farm or to do other things, they are being policed by the king warriors so that they don't run away. Many of the people in that kingdom had different ethnic backgrounds. So many of them tried to escape, but they found it very difficult. So one day, the elders of the Ewes sat and tried to think about how best they could escape from the wicked king Agokoli. During their deliberation, a brilliant idea came to them. And the idea was that they were going to inform their various wives and children, including themselves, that anytime they wash their clothes, they wash their cooking utensils, or they use water to do anything, they are supposed to throw the water at a particular portion of the wall, which they did inform their wives and children. So they did that for some time, and because the wall was made out of clay, constant rain, water being splashed at a particular portion made that portion weak. So one day, the elders of the Ewe tested that portion and they saw that it was weak. So they informed the various families in the Ewe ethnic group that night they were going to escape. So they should gather all their belongings. So they did gather their belongings, including their animals, goats, sheep. They were rearing all that in the kingdom. So during the night, they managed and broke the wall and escaped. Because the kingdom had only one entrance and exit, the king warriors don't normally go around the kingdom during the night. They only do that once in the morning to see how things are going. They are always at the entrance. So in the night, the Ewes managed to escape. As soon as they got out of the kingdom through the broken wall, they started walking backwards. They walked backwards for some time before changed and started walking forward. This was also part of the plans by the leaders of the Ewe group. So morning came, and the king's warriors were going around, and they discovered that the portion of the wall has been broken. They quickly informed the king, and the king ordered them to chase after those who have escaped. So as they followed and followed, they got to a point and one of the warriors stopped and drew the attention of the other warriors to the footsteps on the ground. They saw that the footsteps was pointing to the kingdom. And if a footstep is pointing to the kingdom, that shows that people were rather entering into the kingdom. And this was a strategy that the Ewes adopted. Because as I said earlier on, they walked backwards. And when you walk backwards, your footsteps point this direction forward. This direction. So that helped the Ewe that helped them to escape successfully. The warriors went back to the king and informed them of what they saw. So the king was convinced that nobody escaped, but rather people were entering. And because the kingdom was made up of many other ethnic groups, the king was not able to identify who and who has escaped for some time until for some time that they discovered that truly some people have escaped. By that time, the Ewes have managed to escape, and they started moving southwards. And as they move, if you and your family thinks that you are tired and you've discovered a fertile ground for farming, and you think you want to settle, then you settle and the rest move on. And as they move southward, they also move west and eastwards also, until some of the last group got to the coast of Togo, and then also spread to the west and then the east. This have the link or the reason why the Ewe language of the Ewe cut across these three countries: the Volta region in Ghana, mostly the southern portion of Togo, and also southern portion of Benin. For example, I am an Ewe in Ghana. Anytime I travel to Togo, Benin, especially at the southern sector, I am able to communicate with them, and they understand me in the same way. When they speak, I also understand them, even though the dialect have changed a little because of the influence of other languages that they came across and we also came across. There has been some influence in the language, but when they speak, I understand, and when I also speak, they understand. So that is about the migration of the Ewes within these three countries. Some people have also traced the language Ewe to be part of the Bantu language. Some further researchers have been able to do that. And because of migration, many of these languages spread. Currently in Ghana, it is estimated that about 42, some books say 46, different languages and dialects are spoken in this small country of ours. Some of the languages are similar to others, but others are also different. But the main ones are the Ewes, the Ewe language, the Akan language. And the Akan language comprises the Ashanti Twi, which is spoken in the Ashanti region. We also have the Fantis, that is spoken mainly in the central region, and also the Equiapem Twi, spoken in some part of the eastern region of Ghana, around the Equiapem area, and we also have the Guans. This forms part of the Akan language. The Akan language is the most commonest or the most popular language in Ghana. This is because it is quite easy to learn compared to other languages, other local languages. And also because during the Ashanti Kingdom, they managed to conquer many other states further from the Ashanti area. And when they conquer a place, they try to leave their people there. So their language was also able to spread. So that also contributes to the Ashanti Twi being widely spoken in the country. At a point in time, some people even want to suggest that we should make the Twi one of our international language, but the other ethnic groups say no. If they do that, then the Ashantis will feel proud and they would like to dominate. Apart from these two languages, the Ewe and then the Akan languages, we also have the Ga language, GA. And this Ga language is a language spoken by the original people of the Greater Accra region. I'm saying the original people because they were the first settlers within the Greater Accra region. Or let me put it that way, the first settlers in the Greater Accra region, where you first spend your first nights. But because that place is now the capital, we have different other ethnic groups moving in there. But the first settlers are the Gans, and they speak the Gan language. Within the Gan language, we also have the Gan Adangbe, which is also similar to the Gan language, even though there are some differences. We also have a lot of the languages in the northern part of the country. We have the Gonjes, speak the Gonja language. We have the Mampusis, the Nanumbes, the Kusasis, and a whole lot of the languages are spoken in the northern part of the country.
How many of them do you speak? How many of the national languages do you speak?
I speak my native language, which is the Ewe language. I speak a little bit of the Gan language, the Twi, which is widely spoken. I speak that also. A little bit of the Fanti, which is also part of the Akan language, and I also speak a little bit of Hausa.
Oh.
Yes, the Hausa language, which is from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's also spoken by a lot of Muslims.
Yeah.